This is going to be a rough one. It was mentioned to me, why don't you make videos more like the other YouTubers and other YouTube channels that cover stuff like this? Maybe you'll get more views. Maybe you'll get subscribers. And it's like, well, yeah, I could, but then I'd have to make videos like this. I just saw the Joker movie, and it was the bestest movie ever. Oh yeah, picture me wearing Batman, Joker paraphernalia, and a whole bunch of pathetic, useless little knick-knack toys in the background, right? That's very key. And the Joker is my favoriteest character ever, except when the Deadpool movie came out. Because when the Deadpool movie came out, Deadpool was my favoriteest character ever, and Deadpool was the bestest movie ever. When the Venom movie came out, and then when the Venom movie came out, Venom is now suddenly my favoriteest character of all time. I wonder why. And the Venom movie was the bestest movie ever, except unless a Spider-Man movie shows up, and then now Spider-Man is my favoriteest character ever. Except when a Batman movie is now is showing, and oh my God, Batman is my favoriteest character ever. Are you catching the pattern yet, boys and girls? Are you catching a whiff of the bullshit yet? These are a bunch, of bullshit fake comic book fans pandering to, guess who? An audience of bullshit fake comic book fans. Now, if you're expecting a video like that from me, you're in the wrong place, because this is how I do a video about the Joker movie. If you saw the Joker movie and you liked the Joker movie and you didn't have a problem with the Joker movie, you are some of the dumbest motherfuckers on the face of the earth. Okay? Infinity War and Endgame already established you're brain-dead idiots with the mental capacity of a coma patient. Okay? John Wick 3 and Rambo Last Blood already established, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you have no goddamn clue what an action movie is or what a good movie is. The Joker movie has established, without any doubt, and exposed you as all bullshit comic book fans who have no goddamn clue what you're talking about in regards to comic books. You're simply bullshit fake comic book fans pandering to an audience of bullshit fake comic book fans. That's all you all are. There's so much to come. I don't even know where to start. Okay. Todd Phillips. Now, normally, I don't really care who the director of the movie is. I didn't really care that Chris Nolan directed the movie. I appreciated it, but I didn't know anything about him. Until I found out that the director of the Joker movie, is the same guy who directed the Hangover movies, Road Trip, War Dogs, the Starsky and Hutch movie. And I'm going, you're giving this guy the Joker movie? There's no goddamn way he's going to be able to pull this off. How is he possibly going to do it? Watching the movie, I found out. He took the Robert De Niro character from Taxi Driver and, he lifted the Robert De Niro character from Taxi Driver, lifted story elements, plot elements, character elements of the movie, then went to the King of Comedy, once again took another one of Robert De Niro's characters, lifted that character from the movie, as well as, plot, story, character development, all that stuff, mashed them together and made the Joker movie. And because the director has no goddamn, whose only knowledge of the Joker is superficial at best, went to his crew or whatever and went, how's this? Is this a good Joker movie? And his crew, having nothing more than a superficial knowledge of the Joker, went, I guess, how the hell do we know? But then again, it didn't matter, because guess who this movie's target audience was? You fake bullshit fanboys who have nothing more than a superficial understanding of the Joker. Okay? And you want to know how I know? because as far as you're concerned, there's only two aspects of the Joker you know of and are required to be Joker. One, he's crazy. Two, he wears clown makeup. That's it. That's all you know about the Joker. Okay? Todd Phillips could have taken Robert De Niro's character from Taxi Driver, have Joaquin Phoenix play that character, okay? And you would have gone, oh yeah, that's a really good Joker character. He could have taken Kevin Spacey's character from Seven, okay? Have Joaquin Phoenix play that character. You would have watched the movie and gone, oh wow, that's a really good Joker character. He could have taken, oh, what's her face? Oh, I can't remember the name of the girl from Misery, but the girl that kidnaps the author. Joaquin Phoenix could have played that character in the Joker movie, and you would have gone, oh wow, that's a really good Joker character. You know why? Because you have no goddamn clue what the Joker character is. How's this, okay? It would be like them making a Batman movie and having only a superficial understanding of Batman, and that the only thing that needs to be Batman is you're rich and you wear a Batman suit, okay? So imagine the Dark Knight movie, okay? Any of the Batman movies by Christopher Nolan, right? Okay? Imagine Christian Bale playing Batman, but he has the history, story, character, personality, and all lifestyle of Clark Kent, of Superman. Okay? Where Christian Bale's character of Superman has a loving family, was adopted, came from Krypton, doesn't have any of the Superman powers though, okay? Is dating, has a loving family, okay? Isn't vengeance seeking, does this because he wants to do good about society. Again, he's still rich, but he's wearing the Batman outfit. You'd watch that and you're going, the hell is that? That's not Batman. Just because he's rich and wears the Batman outfit doesn't make him Batman. Are you getting the idea? Just because Joaquin Phoenix's character in the movie Joker was crazy and wore clown makeup doesn't make him the Joker. The Joker, the comic book character, the Joker, has a certain mentality, a certain personality, a history, an origin, a character, all these elements that make him the Joker. Having Joaquin Phoenix play just some crazy guy and then put clown makeup on doesn't make him the Joker. But because you guys are such bullshit fake comic book fans and have nothing more than a superficial knowledge of the Joker, that's all you required. That's why you thought this movie was so good, because you don't know who the Joker is. It'd be like watching a Batman movie where Batman acts like, I don't know, again, like Clark Kent, and you going, oh yeah, that's a really good Batman movie. He's rich, and he has the Batman outfit, and he beats up bad guys. What more do you want from a Batman movie? What more did you need from this Joker movie? He's crazy, wears clown makeup, and kills people. That's it. That's the Joker for you. To even further establish how this is not even the Joker character, this movie is supposed to be either, I can't remember, I tried to find the information, but it's either based on or somewhat based on the Killing Joke comic book. Okay? Now this is how I know this is bullshit. Because one of the elements of the storyline is that the Joker wants to legitimize who he is, wants to legitimize how crazy he is and his actions by going, the only difference between him and everybody else is one bad day. And that's what this Joker movie tried to do. It literally tried to legitimize the Joker, but instead of one bad day was just, a series of unfortunate events. Okay? Except here's one of the key elements of The Killing Joke that this movie didn't even know existed, because guaranteed nobody who did this movie read the comic book, is that the storyline establishes that no, the Joker isn't just like everybody else plus one bad day. That the Joker can't be legitimized. The Joker is crazy not because he had a bad childhood, not because he had, that somebody killed his dog and stole his car. The Joker's crazy because the Joker's crazy. That's it. Okay? This movie took the first part of the Killing Joke story of legitimizing the Joker, but then ignored and failed the part about, no, you can't legitimize the Joker. He's crazy because he's crazy. Okay? You could give the Joker a happy family, a loving mommy and a loving daddy and a wonderful life. And guess what? The Joker still ends up Arthur still ends up becoming the Joker, a homicidal maniac. Oh, and the laugh. Hold on. The fact that when they established his maniacal laugh, okay, was a nervous condition, this movie lost any credibility of what the hell it was doing. And the fact that you as an audience saw that and had no problem with it automatically establishes how useless and irrelevant you are as moviegoers and how bullshit fake comic book fans you all are. Okay? Try to understand this. This movie made it so that when the Joker laughs maniacally, it's because it's a nervous condition. Okay? Now, picture the Dark Knight movie with Heath Ledger portraying the Joker. Now imagine the Joker in that movie, every once in a while, during the movie, just started laughing maniacally for no reason. Okay? Just out of the blue, every once in a while, just started laughing maniacally. And Joker in the Dark Knight movie explains, oh, the reason I laugh maniacally is because I have a nervous condition. Picture that. Picture in your head Heath Ledger's Joker during the movie, every once in a while, laughing maniacally, and when somebody asks him why he does that, he goes, oh, it's a nervous condition. You would go, bullshit! That makes absolutely no sense. How little does Christopher Nolan know about the Joker that they made his maniacal laugh a nervous condition? So explain to me how it's acceptable in this movie. Other than the fact that you're bullshit comic book fans who have no idea what the hell you're doing or what you're talking about and have no concept of the Joker character, it's the only explanation. Okay? A character trait in this movie given to Heath Ledger's portrayal in The Dark Knight would be absolutely ridiculous and make no sense. Do you understand? Your mind. It's fascinating how you consistently establish over and over again how useless you are as moviegoers, much less comic book fans. Then we have the movie in and of itself. There's so much bullshit. Like I have to cover the beginning of the movie where Arthur, his sign is stolen and he goes to chase them. Why? There's literally no reason for Arthur to go chase them. But the movie needs it to so that he can get his ass kicked and that he can end up getting in trouble for losing the sign. Considering the movie, when Arthur talks to his boss, even establishes in the film how stupid an idea it would have been for him to go chase the kids who stole the sign. Why would you go? Why would you go chase them, Arthur? And he has no reason. He literally has no reason. The movie, just like Infinity War and Endgame, this movie is so stupid it literally has to end up calling out its own stupid. But then we have, I think it's after, it's after the fridge scene where you know it. I love. You want to know why I love the fridge scene? It's because Todd Phillips, having no idea how to actually portray the Joker's insanity, goes, how's this for an idea? We'll just have him want to step into a fridge. Sure, that works. Why? What? So Arthur, again, it's literally done only because the director, Todd Phillips, has no goddamn clue how to actually establish his insanity. Just pulls shit out of his ass and goes, yeah, we'll just do that. It's after he's in the fridge, and then he gets the call from the Murray show, which I love. If it wasn't blatant enough that he stole from the King of Comedy and from Taxi Driver, he actually has Robert De Niro play the talk show host that is representative from the King. It's almost like, now if he was trolling, I wish this movie was a troll. Okay? If Todd Phillips had come out and said, oh, by the way, this movie's a giant troll on all you bullshit fans, then I would have gone, I love this movie. Because he literally shoves in your face Robert De Niro going, hey, look, not only did I rip off his characters from 2 other movies, I'm putting him in the Joker movie as another character from one of the movies I ripped off. Anyway, so he gets the phone call. Then he ends up finding out, he ends up going through the memories of realizing that his girlfriend, I forget the name of the black girl that he keeps fantasizing about. Oh, he ends up being in her apartment. How he gets in her apartment, no one knows, but that's not important because that's not relevant. Speaking of impossible, because again, there's just so much stupid. I'm gonna segue. I apologize. So Murray, I can't remember the full name, but the talk show host guy gets a clip, okay, of Arthur's stand-up, okay. This movie is supposed to take place in the early 80s, you morons. How the hell did somebody get a video clip of Arthur's stand-up? Cell phones weren't a thing yet. Why would somebody came in to the comedy show on an amateur night with a video camera equipment? This scene was impossible. Is not possible. But here's the thing. It's not that you guys didn't care. It's you guys didn't even notice. You guys didn't even realize how impossible and stupid that was. Okay? It went over you like it literally washed over you. You literally had no problem with that scene because nobody talks about it. And everybody I explained that scene to about, because everybody loved the Joker movie, so whenever I explained the problems with it, when I mentioned how it was impossible for Murray to get a video clip of the stand-up, everybody gets this deer in the headlight look. It's like, oh shit, I didn't even notice that. I didn't even realize that happened. Because you're idiots. You understand? Anyway, so we're back at the apartment where he's flashbacking all the scenes, because again, it's a minor ripoff of the Fight Club, but whatever. I'm not going to bitch about that. It actually had a point, so I didn't have a problem with it. Except he ends up flashbacking that all the scenes that were with her and the black girl were all fantasies. Now, here's the thing about that scene. How did you not know that they were already fantasies? What did you think? He was going to say hello to her once, and then the next encounter was him admitting to her that he's stalking her, and then the next scene is her going out with him, and him being able to open up the door and kiss her and go into the room. Did you actually think that was actually happening in the movie and wasn't a fantasy scene? So either the director was establishing, oh my God, my audience might be so stupid that I have to reveal that those were actually fantasy scenes, or Todd Phillips actually thought he was so subtle and sneaky and sneaked them in so under the radar that nobody noticed how they were obviously fantasy scenes. So either he thought the audience was stupid or he's delusional. Now, I've been told that there's a possible third option, that this was the Joker realizing it himself. And it's like, fine. Except there's one problem. He should have reacted the same way he should have reacted when he found out he was abused as a... Oh, when he reads the psych report on his mother, or on his adopted mother, and he literally finds out, oh, apparently I was abused as a child. He wasn't 4 or 5 when this happened. He was a young boy, okay? And he wasn't spanked or beaten or abused. He was like really physically attacked and hurt, okay? This was not something that you just put into a regression as a secondary thought. He was beaten, okay? And he reads the psych report as if, oh, apparently when I was a child, okay, I was tied to a radiator and had the shit kicked out of me. And he's reading it like he's learning it for the first time. Because you know why? You as an audience are learning it for the first time. So they had it so that his character was learning it for the first time? What kind of a hack bullshit writing is this? Not only that, then we have him flashback. Then we have the flashbacks of his adopted mother with the psychiatrist. Now, these aren't memories, morons, because Arthur wouldn't have been in the room when the mother was talking to the psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist was explaining all the abuse Arthur was having. But the scene was framed in such a way with Arthur in the background that it was as if it was Arthur's memory. How could that flashback be Arthur's memory if Arthur was never in the room to have that memory in the first place? Do you understand the level of stupid in this movie? Did you even catch that? Did you even realize that Arthur was having a flashback memory of something he would never have actually been a part of? But again, the amount of fail is all over the place. I can't keep up with it all. Okay? I need a scorecard. I need notes. So again, back to the apartment. If he had reacted from the knowledge that the girl that he thought was actually his girlfriend was nothing more than a fantasy, just like when he had the psych report and realized it, then and there he broke down. Then and there the realization hit. Instead, with the girlfriend scene, he just got up and then left. And then the next scene, is him just laughing maniacally. And it's like, well, no, now the laughing maniacally is vague. Now it's just, it can be whatever you want it to be. Oh, it represents the scene that just happened. Well, no. He should have been reacting to the realization of that scene in her apartment the same way he reacted to the information about the psych report the minute he read it. Okay? That's the other thing about this movie. His insanity and issues are so vague. It's just, it's literally just, he's crazy. What kind of crazy? You know, crazy. Because he's on meds, right? Okay. Then when he has to deal with Randall and I forget the midget's name, Ray? I can't remember. Okay? I'll get to that too because it's just so much ridiculous. So he says, I'm off my meds. Okay? Now, there's a thing in storytelling. It's called show, don't tell. Would you have known that Arthur was off his meds unless he actually said it? Because there was no difference between Arthur on his meds as opposed to Arthur off his meds. So the fact that he was off his meds really made, you didn't even know, because there was nothing to establish any difference in his personality. Not only that, he loses his job, right? Apparently, that didn't really matter because he's still paying rent, he's still buying food, he's still buying smokes. The fact that he lost his job and has no income and no money didn't really affect anything at all. Like, there's no consequences for Arthur in this movie. Okay, I'm double dipping here. Again, so after the realization of the girl not actually being his real girlfriend, you get the call from Murray, okay? Everything after the call from Murray can now be considered a fantasy because it's been established with the girlfriend that he fantasizes, and that in the beginning of the film when he was daydreaming about the talk show and that he was on it or whatever, it's established that Arthur fantasizes. So now it can literally be theorized, because God knows there's going to be a ton of movie theory videos all over this because they need content, that they're going to say that everything after the phone call from the from the talk show, that everything is a fantasy because there's no consequences to Arthur for anything that he does. He kills his mother. Now, his mother, okay, is hooked up to a monitor. Well, guess what, morons? That monitor is hooked up to a nurse station. So when she flatlined, the nurses would have known. So the nurse, as he's killing her, and as she's flatlining and her heart rate is going up, there should have been nurses, orderlies, or doctors coming in. No, he gets to kill her. Nobody noticed, nobody cares, and he gets to walk out of the hospital. Excuse me, who was the last person to see Penny alive? Oh, her son? Can we, talk to this guy? No. The only questioning they want is the subway murders, those two detectives. The only thing they want to question him on is the subway murders. Then, Randall, and again, I apologize, I don't know the midget's name, so I'm just going to have to call him the midget. Randall and the midget come visit Arthur. Now, before Arthur opens the door, okay, he's at his little dressing table, he takes, I think, what looked like a knife and puts it in his pocket. What? Why would he grab a knife to go open the door? He doesn't know who it is. He doesn't know Randall and the midget are coming. So why would he carry a knife? Oh, he needs the knife so that way when That way there's a knife available so that he can kill Randall instantaneously. That's how hack and pathetic this movie is. He brings a knife to the door because they need a way for Arthur to be able to kill Randall without having him to go look for a weapon. So now Randall and, again, the midget show up, and Arthur kills Randall. I get it. But then the midget, leaves and doesn't report that Arthur killed Randall incredibly violently, because again, when you see the two detectives again, all they want to do is ask him some questions, as opposed to, I don't know, arrest him for the murder of Randall that has an eyewitness? I mean, come on! Either the movie is so full of shit and useless, or the only possible defense is that, it was a dream sequence. Except, here's the problem. It can't even be used as a dream sequence because of the scene that, oh my god, the Zorro movie scene. How any of you could have seen that scene and not have yelled, fuck you, to the movie, you're all idiots, and you're all assholes, and you're pathetic you're pathetic comic book fanboys. That's the fact that they tried to integrate the death of Bruce Wayne's parents to that stupid ass protest. That was how they were going to reimagine his origin, and the clown kills him. And again, that little mock-out scene where he rips off the pearls. No goddamn reason for him to do it, but they had to reenact that scene. The fact that they tried to tie in this movie to the creation of Batman's origin, just fuck you, movie, and fuck you, anybody watching this movie and going, oh yeah, that was creative, that was a really good idea. You're idiots, okay? Don't ever don't ever admit out loud that you're a Batman fan or a Joker fan, because you're full of shit. That was the most blatant, pathetic aspect of the whole goddamn movie, okay? You're literally tying, Batman's parents' death to a protest against Thomas Wayne, as opposed to, because if that's the case, Bruce Wayne would have grown up going up against the protesters. He wouldn't have been going up against crime. You're literally changing Batman's origin and basis for, and the fact that none of you had a problem with this just boggles my mind. Anyway, so now we have the scene. We have the scene of Arthur going to Wayne Manor to confront Thomas about his parentage, right? And he brings with him a trick wand and a rubber nose. Well, why would Arthur bring a trick wand? It's not like it's a standard prop. That's the gun, right? Like, the gun is the standard prop that he carried. If he had brought the gun, that would have made more sense than the trick wand, considering we've never seen Arthur use a trick wand in any of his act or in any of his performances ever. But now he just suddenly has a trick wand. This is such a hack movie with hack writing and a hack director. Because he needed him to bring the trick wand in case little Bruce Wayne in the middle of the night is hanging around the front gates of the manor. It's just, how is this not so blatantly, obviously stupid? Look who I'm talking to. I'm talking to a fan base that in Endgame, when Scott Lang's truck magically started up without it even being plugged into anything, you had no problems with. So it's a rhetorical question, obviously. This is how pathetic. Not only does this establish how pathetic and stupid this movie is it establishes how stupid and pathetic you are as an audience for not seeing stupid stare you right in the face. It's such obvious hack writing and directing. He brings a magic wand or a trick wand in case Bruce Wayne's in the... Oh, then we have Thomas Wayne's interview. Now, I like this one because I swear to God, this is why I can have this theory why this whole movie's a troll. Because in that interview, there's the line where Thomas Wayne goes, "I think people who hide behind masks are cowards." And I think you might want to talk to your son about that, because that's going to be an issue pretty soon. But sooner than I anticipated, obviously. What else? Oh! The killing of the 3 guys in the subway. This could have been an absolutely amazing key aspect of the Joker's character. Except because the director has no goddamn clue what he's doing and has no goddamn clue about the Joker character, absolutely wastes this scene. Because after he had killed the 3 men, if this movie had Arthur, because again, he kills them and pretty much gets away with it, right? So if after this scene, or after he kills the 3 guys, there was a scene, immediately after, like soon after, not like a half an hour later where he casually kind of mentions it to the clerk at the Arkham Asylum. "Oh, I was supposed to feel bad, but I didn't." No, if this was actually a good Joker movie, the reaction would have been, he would have thought about it and then would have gone, "Hey, killing people is easy. Killing people solves my problems. Killing people gives me a sense of satisfaction and calmness. It's like, I don't need my meds. All I need to do is kill people, and I'm calm and I'm happy." That was the perfect time to establish, what's the word I'm looking for? A character aspect of the Joker. Character development, personality, an aspect of the actual Joker character. But no, because Todd has no goddamn clue what he's doing, it's literally just it's just a scene that has so little. It could have been so much better. In the hands of an actually skilled director, this movie could have been amazing, given the story that they had. Anyway, what else? Anything else? Oh, okay. This video's obviously gone farther than I want to, and there's so much to cover. But I have to cover the interview at the end of the movie, because this was so goddamn stupid. So, I understand the point of it was fine to a point, because the whole preaching and sermonizing was so, again, 2019 as opposed to, what the Joker's actual character was. But he kills Murray. And they're still airing this. They're airing him murdering Murray live, right? And it's like, well, first he confesses. First he confesses to killing the 3 guys on the subway station, in the subway, right? At that moment, there should have been somebody going, somebody call security, go to commercial, something like that. No, this is why I'm saying this was a fantasy scene as well. Because any sense of reality and logic is totally gone out the window. And the thing is, they could have worked with it. Because once Arthur sees security coming, that's when he goes into, do you want to hear a joke, and then kills Murray, because there's now a time limit type thing. No, he gets to just meander and speech away and that bullshit speech of his, because they need time for that. So they can't have security come and deal with them, because then He wouldn't have enough time to have that bullshit speech, which is all it was, to be quite honest. But you guys all thought it was amazing because what do you know? You thought Rambo Last Blood was a good movie. What do you know? You thought this was a good movie. So anyway, so now here's the thing. If they had just cut away and it was just, shown from the audience's perspective or from the inside the studio, but they're literally still showing it from that it's still being broadcast, because once Joker does his little speech and does his little dance and then decides to go to the camera and goes, remember, or whatever, that's when they cut it off. Really, you would the program, the station wouldn't have cut it off, before he actually kills Murray. No. That apparently is, quality television in the 80s. He's going to cut him off once he starts making the speech. That's how pathetic this scene was. Then you have, not that montage, but the scene, backup scene where you got all the TV screens, and you see news stations airing the murder on their show. It's like, you're so pathetic, Todd. You have no goddamn clue what you're doing. Just go home, okay? You're done. Anyway, there's obviously a shit ton more stuff I can talk about, but this video's gone on long enough, and I doubt any of you have gotten this far anyway. But there was one thing in the movie that happened that this was mea culpa, I think that's the expression. There was the scene after he kills Randall and Arthur's getting ready to go to the Murray show, and he's walking down the stairs and he's got the full gear on and he's full costume, whatever, and he's walking down the steps, and I'm listening to the music, and I'm going, why are they playing Doctoring the TARDIS? That seems like an odd choice. And that's like, oh, wait a minute, no, that's Rock and Roll Part 2 by Gary Glitter. It's just that I only knew it as Doctoring the TARDIS because that's what I have, right? Anyway, again, it was just an odd. It was one of the few rare scenes of the movie that I actually liked. Oh, okay, I might as well talk about some of the good. Since no one's gotten this far, I can talk about the good. Nobody will know. The other scene was the knock-knock joke. I'm sorry. When Arthur was on the Murray show before he did the confessing part, when he did his bit, that was brilliant. I mean, that was Andy Kaufman level of comedy genius. Like, that was great. Also, and this goes without saying, Joaquin Phoenix's acting was just goddamn amazing. Joaquin Phoenix's acting was so damn amazing, it elevated this shit movie and this shit character beyond what it deserved. That's how good Joaquin's acting was. Because if you had somebody who was nowhere near Joaquin Phoenix's ability, you would have easily seen how empty and pathetic this movie was, and you would have easily noticed how empty and pathetic the Joker character was. It's just that Joaquin Phoenix is... I think it's like people are conflating how amazing Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal of the character was to how good the movie was. It's like, no. You can have an amazing actor, but you can still have a shit movie, which is what this was. And, like, I have to rank Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal the best over Heath Ledger, simply because Heath Ledger was a good actor, but he had a great character to work with and a good movie to work with. Joaquin had shit to work with and pulled off like an amazing 10 out of 10 on the acting skills. So yeah, I have to go Joaquin Phoenix as the best portrayal and acting of the Joker, but Heath Ledger, my favorite version of the Joker. And as much as I love Jack Nicholson, it was simply Jack Nicholson playing Jack Nicholson, but in a Joker outfit. So it was more, what's the word, character acting or typecast. Jack Nicholson was typecast as the Joker. That says a lot about the actor and the role he's been given. So, yeah, definitely. His performance was amazing, but I still have to give it to Heath Ledger as my favorite Joker. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm out of here. See ya.